Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is Director's Wheelchair Productions coming at you with another peek into the process. This time, we're going to take a look at this MAFEX The Dark Knight Returns Batman that I have disassembled. Now, what on earth is he planning to do with such a nice figure, you're probably thinking. Well, I already have enough Bruce Wayne Batman figures. I have the Mezco Golden Age Caped Crusader edition, and I have the Mezco Supreme Knight edition Batman. So we have a kind of beginning and a kind of Mezco-ified Dark Knight Returns look. But I don't have any alternate versions of Batman. And if you can tell by the weapons that I have next to him, I'm not going to be doing a Bruce Wayne Batman, but a Thomas Wayne Batman from the Flashpoint universe. So I already have the figure disassembled. I've taken apart the plastic cowl bit that's around his collarbone, his neck peg, the free mask thing. Well, that was already removed. I have his hands all organized. I just have the extra two off for display to give a good thumbnail. I've taken his wrist pegs and ankle pegs apart so that I can grit dye all the hands, the pegs and the feet, the neck peg here, the collar thing here, and the mask and these two heads I'm going to paint. I'm not going to be using this cape again for this figure because Thomas Wayne doesn't have a blue cape. He has a black cape, which is where this comes in. This is from the Mezco Supreme Knight Batman. Don't worry about that figure. I already have a custom cape on him from GPS lot that works wonderfully, and this cape, I've tested it on the fit on this figure, and it drapes over his shoulders and it reaches down to his feet, which is perfect because this blue cape, while the pleats are great, the wires are strong, I love the look for it. I'll probably do a custom Barbara Gordon with it at some point, but it just, as a Batman cape, doesn't really suit my fancy. So, while I grit dye the smaller parts, including the guns, I'll be painting the belt and this thigh piece red. I'll be painting the trunks gray to match the rest of the outfit. And my most ambitious plans for this project are to use some Milliput epoxy to sculpt those horn things, not necessarily onto his shoulders. I'm going to put magnets into the shoulders and magnets on the bottoms of those spikes so that once I put the cape on him, I can put the spikes on top of the cape and he'll have that classic comic silhouette. I was thinking at first about maybe sculpting them on the ends of this, one on either side, but it reaches only around here, the end of that piece. And if you look in the comics and in the Flashpoint animated film, the horn things are on his shoulders. Even in the Batman Arkham Knight game, the Flashpoint skin has like these vertical horn things that are still on his shoulders. So that's what I'm aiming to do. Besides that, I'm going to put like a 5 o'clock shadow on all of the heads here. I also plan on using the epoxy sculpt to basically get rid of the emblem here. It's indented, and in order to give him the correct emblem with the red circle in the background, not an oval, it's a little circle, I'm going to have to sculpt over this. I'm going to do a very thin layer of it so that I don't make it look too incongruous with the rest of the figure, and then I'm going to have to paint that too. But I'm also going to sculpt the symbol on top of the newly sculpted pectorals. So that's my plan. I'll give you a part 2 when I've made some progress. In the meantime, stay tuned, and as always, enjoy the action. I'll catch you all later.